SB Union High School and Junior College Pune welcomes you children. This is Deepa Farke. Let's continue remaining part of Standard 9 History Chapter 4 Economic Development. Let's begin with some paragraphs which you should know. There is a contribution of Narayan Meghaji Lokhande, who was associate of Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. Because of his efforts, finally, mill workers were given Sunday as a weekly off from 1st January 1882. This is an amazing contribution of Narayan Meghaji Lokhande. We have already learnt about the mill workers strike. Let's learn something more about them. The working class has contributed culturally as well through folk theatre, folk art and literature. Annabhau Sathe, Shahir Amar Sheikh, Shahir Sabri were popular for their programs aimed at public education. Then poets like Narayan Surve, Namdev Dasar portrayed the real life of these workers through their poems. So we get to learn something more into depth about all these workers, their lifestyle and the problems that are faced by them. After 10th general elections, P.V. Narasimha Rao became the next Prime Minister of India. He adopted this new economic policy with his Finance Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, linking India's economy with the global economy. And some fundamental changes were also brought into our economy. Before P.V. Narasimha Rao, Chandrasekhar Naidu's reign, when he was the Prime Minister, the rate of inflation was 17% and the economic growth had come down up to 1.1%. So the situation was handled very nicely by P.V. Narasimha Rao. In May 1991, the government had tried to control the situation by selling some of its gold reserves and by mortgaging some. Before Chandrasekhar, VP Singh government had incurred a liability of over 10,000 crore rupees on the economy by waiving off the loans of all farmers. Then in 1980-81, foreign loan was 2,350 crore dollars. It increased to 8,380 crore dollars in 1991. At this time, India had foreign exchange reserves of only 100 crore dollars. This also had the background of the increased oil prices due to the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. This increased the problem for India. Even the non-residents started withdrawing their deposits in foreign currency from India. So overall, if you see children, the situation was not under control. During the tenure of Chandrasekhar, during the tenure of VP Singh government, overall the economy had collapsed, we can say. The proportion of internal loans of central and state governments together to GDP was 55%. At this time, India had foreign exchange reserves of only 100 crore dollars. So this also had the background of increased oil prices due to the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. So it became very difficult for India to raise her loan. And during this time, even non-resident Indians also had started withdrawing their deposits from India, deposits in foreign currency from India. So this was the situation. Now, how it was handled, how the remedies were found out by Dr. Manmohan Singh, we will see now. Looking at the situation, P.V. Narasimha Rao appointed Dr. Manmohan Singh as Finance Minister. So this time, Dr. Singh undertook many corrective measures and the situation started to change. He removed the restrictions on foreign investments. Then he restricted the license system to 18 industries. In view of the increasing losses in the public sector industries, he opened up the public sector for investment even by private industries. In order to bring the share market under control, he established the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, in 1992. National Stock Exchange was computerized and he gave most priority to to remove the specter of recession. So, foreign investment in India grew during the first tenure of Dr. Manmohan Singh as finance minister. This was really an amazing experience for Indian economy. India could recover the gold mortgaged with the Bank of England, and the government got the support of the capitalist class as well as the middle class. As the government opened up the telecom sector, mobile phone services started all over the country. And Dr. Manmohan Singh signed the agreement with WTO and launched the policy of privatization, liberalization, and globalization. Let's learn about WTO, that is World Trade Organization. In 1995, India became a member of the World Trade Organization. Objectives of this organization are as follows: to free trade between countries, to put to an end to all those discriminatory laws, restrictions, rules, and policies that are hurdles in the way of international free trade, and to regulate global trade with the help of a formal multi-party mechanism. So, for the first time in 1995, India became the member of this WTO, World Trade Organization, and there were certain objectives which were also decided to achieve while being the member of this WTO. To free trade between countries and to put to an end to all those restrictions such as discriminatory laws, rules, policies that were the hurdle in international free trade. Also to regulate global trade, to give impetus to the regulate global trade with the help of formal multi-party system. The provisions of the World Trade Organization are regarding grants, import, export, foreign investment, agriculture, technology, and services. The sectors of electricity, water transportation, education, health rapidly commercialized since India became a member of the WTO. As per the various reports of the World Trade Organization, India has made a considerable improvement in different areas like reduction in the below poverty line, that is BPL population, decline in infant mortality, availability of facilities regarding drinking water and wastewater management. India signed the South Asian Preferential Trade Agreement, that is SAPTA. Along the lines of the World Trade Organization, India removed the import restrictions on several commodities for SAARC countries. India also gave discounts on import duties. India opened up the insurance sector to private and foreign investment. So these are all the provisions of WTO for the membership of India. So India was opposed for this, there were extreme views about the World Trade Organization. Still India took decision to have membership with it, and we have learned about the provisions like regarding grants, import and export, foreign investments, agriculture, technology. These were different sectors like sectors of electricity, water transportation, education and health. It started getting commercialized since India became the member of this trade organization. And also India tried to bring out considerable improvement in reducing the BPL population, declining the infant mortality, the death of infants, and availability of facilities regarding drinking water and waste management. India signed with SAPTA, keeping the lines of the World Trade Organization. India also removed import restrictions. Due to all these things, India opened up the insurance sector to private as well as foreign investment, which somehow helped Indian economy to grow. In this way, children, we have learnt about the journey of India's economy. We have come a long way from mixed economy to globalization. The next chapter, we are going to study about India's progress in other fields. Thank you.